Okay, I'm making this video for this doing homesteading. I guess trying to figure out how to do homesteading because I never did. Got here is I got our Kubota 2610 tractor. It's got a 6-foot bucket on it, but you know when you try to pick up hay, I didn't know hay becomes an interwoven spaghetti mat, and you really need some way to get it to break up. Otherwise, you're kind of doing labor work and bucket work, and that's kind of a pain. So they make these things called bucket teeth bars. All kinds of designs out there, all kinds all over the place. Kubota one, they wanted $385 for their fitting one, and I was like, no, I don't want to pay $385 just to have it painted orange. But I also have some access to things that other people don't, like a brother who can weld. So on Vevor, they sold these 60-inch bucket teeth bars for $195-ish. So for $200 with free shipping. So I went ahead and ordered one. It said measure your bucket from inside here to the inside of here, and it was 60 inches. Well, just about 60 inches. So I ordered their 60-inch bar. Well, Kubota's got a couple little glitches things on it. You got a couple of reinforcement bars right on the bottom of the bucket that takes off like 1/4 of an inch, which made the 60-inch bar not really work. So I didn't want to send it back because I really need to use it. So I called my brother who can weld, and I said, look, we need to readjust this bar a little bit. And so what he did is he cut the ends off, welded them, and on both sides. My brother's an engineer. He's got to do both sides or it didn't work for him. And then, so we moved it in like 1/2 inch, and you can see it worked, but the bolts they sent, maybe a little gap. Now, a couple of things here. Underneath this, you see they've got these bars that kind of go into the bucket area. Now, this doesn't fit my Kubota bucket very well. It's not perfect fit. However, it's fit enough on there to give strength, and, you know, with the nice big bolts and everything, I think it's going to hold it on. Now, we did drill a hole in there. Now, we can put 2 more. But again, what are you using it for? Very important question in tractors, and you need to know this before you even go tractor shopping, but that's a whole different video. But what am I going to use this for? It's just hay. It's goat hay. It's not going to be that, it's heavy, but it's not going to be like, you know, it's not like I'm trying to deadlift, you know, ground and rocks and all the stuff like that. I'm just moving hay. So this is reinforced steel plate with cast iron teeth tips. Now, this is an important part of it. This is really why I made the video. Vevor does not send any instructions with this device. I don't know why they decided that's a good idea. It's like, we're magically know all these things. I don't know what the problem is with tractors in the tractor world, but they automatically assume you know everything about mechanics and tractoring and farming and all this other stuff, and that's a bunch of BS. So so we got this on, and the teeth came loose with these little things. I mean, these are just basically compression pins, right? I mean, makes sense. You put it in, you pound it in, this center piece compresses, and whoop, you're there. Well, there's a couple problems with that. One, you almost need a special built tool for it, and I was not going to pay 20 bucks for a special built little poundy tool to get this in. Number 2, the Chinese factory that built these didn't do a very good job making it functional. I used the mighty Thor hammer, and it still wouldn't go in. I pounded and I pounded. I finally got one to go in like 3/4, and I'm like, but that took like swinging back and slamming it. So I'm like, how am I going to get them in the middle? This ain't going to work. And I looked up, there's a tool you can buy that gives you a punching plate and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? No, this is silly. Because I don't need to have it absolutely unbreakable, unmovable, you know? So I went down to our local hardware store, bought some 3/4 inch hex bolts 3/4 inch, 5/8 inch, 3-inch hex bolts, matching nuts, and I bolted them on. Now I know, a lot of guys go, oh, they aren't going to have the strength to hold up, and oh, you're going to lose nuts, and oh, yeah, you're right, probably true, and all these other negative ideas. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm moving goat hay. Keep this in mind. What you're doing depends on how heavy you got to go, right? Reality, people. If I was moving rocks, yeah, I'd have to figure out how to pound these in or something. But I'm moving goat hay. So, a couple of things. I haven't used it yet. I'll give you a little update on that. I did have to modify it for my kubota bucket. My brother modified it. I could have done it with a little bit different method, but I didn't want to do that, so we went ahead and did the whole welding bit. The other option you could do is just kind of cut off one end, like right there, and then just bolt these pieces and bolt one end. So that would be another option for your Vevor bucket thing. But I really didn't want bucket bolts hanging down below. I will probably shear those off a lot faster because I'm, like I said, I'm new at this stuff. So anyways, that's the Vevor bucket tooth bar. Don't get too bent out of shape. Flex with it. Make it work for what you're doing. If they don't give you instructions. So if you buy from Vevor, we like Vevor. We bought our greenhouse. You'll see another video on that. Their instructions sucked with that too. So understand, you buying it, you're paying cheaper prices, but there's a reason for cheaper prices, is that you're going to have to kind of make some stuff up and figure it out on your own. So, all right, guys, talk to you later.